Hi, I'm Celeste.
And hi, I'm Bridget. Today we're going to review the causes and different types of aphasia. First, we're going to talk about causes. Some of you might know the most common causes of aphasia, which are strokes and traumatic brain injuries. However, there are many additional causes of aphasia, such as infectious diseases, brain tumors, gunshot wounds, dementia, seizures, and migraines. Let's start by defining fluency. Fluency has a lot to do with how smooth someone's speech is and how his or her sounds and syllables come together. That being said, non-fluent aphasia is categorized by short sentences that leave out important words to create complete sentences. Now we are going to review non-fluent types of aphasia. Individuals with non-fluent aphasia are good communicators but poor speakers. The most common type of non-fluent aphasia is Broca's aphasia. Broca's aphasia is categorized by someone who can understand most of what someone is saying, but cannot verbally respond without difficulty. Transcortical motor is another type of non-fluent aphasia. This type of aphasia is similar to Broca's in the sense that repetition remains intact and it can be echolic. The third type of non-fluent aphasia is global aphasia. This is the most severe type of aphasia, because there is a severe reading impairment, writing impairment, understanding information, repetition, naming, and auditory comprehension impairment.
Next, we are going to discuss fluent types of aphasia. Fluent aphasia is characterized by a smooth and normal rate of speech. A listener may believe the person with aphasia is speaking another language, but their speech is a combination of real and made-up words. People with fluent aphasia have trouble understanding language, reading, and writing. There are 4 types of aphasia that fall under this category of fluent, such as Wernicke's, conduction, transcortical sensory, and anomic aphasia. Wernicke's aphasia is characterized by fluent speech with relatively impaired repetition, naming, and auditory comprehension. Reading and writing are poor along with oral reading, reading comprehension, and writing. A person with Wernicke's aphasia has speech that is often referred to as word salad or empty speech. Conduction aphasia is another form of fluent aphasia, with relatively intact fluency and auditory comprehension and relatively impaired repetition and naming. Oral reading is impaired while reading comprehension may be relatively spared. Writing is impaired with poor spelling and omission, reversals, and substitution of letters and words. Transcortical sensory aphasia is relatively intact repetition and impaired auditory comprehension and naming. Oral reading, reading comprehension, and writing are poor. This type of aphasia is similar to Wernicke's aphasia, with spared repetition skills that may be echolalic. Lastly, anomic aphasia is a mild form with fluent speech and relatively intact repetition and auditory comprehension. In this type of aphasia, there may be impaired naming, oral reading, reading comprehension, and writing may be intact or impaired to a variable degree.
Thank you for listening.